They say empires can fall because of a single choice. For Troy, that choice belonged to one man, Paris. Before he became the prince who doomed a city, he was just a young shepherd on a lonely mountain until the gods placed the fate of the world in his hands. Paris was a prince born under a dark prophecy. At his birth, seers warned that he would cause the ruin of Troy. Terrified, his parents ordered him abandoned on Mount Ida, but fate refused to let him die. A shepherd found the crying infant and raised him as his own, never guessing he was sheltering the city's future destroyer. Growing up among flocks instead of courtiers, Paris became graceful, clever, and dangerously charming. He was known for his fairness in judging disputes between shepherds and even among the gods of the wild. It was that very sense of judgment that would draw the attention of Olympus and place him in the middle of a divine quarrel. Far away, atop Mount Olympus, a different quarrel began at a wedding. The goddess Eris, uninvited and furious, hurled a single golden apple into the feast. On it were carved 3 deadly words, "For the fairest." Instantly, 3 goddesses claimed it: Hera, queen of the gods; Athena, goddess of wisdom and war; and Aphrodite, goddess of love. None would yield. None would admit another more beautiful. No god dared choose between them. Even Zeus refused, knowing that favoring one goddess meant earning the hatred of the other 2. So the king of the gods made a fateful decision. A mortal would judge. A man far from palaces and politics. Someone impartial, or so Zeus hoped. That man was Paris of Troy, the shepherd who did not yet know who he truly was. One quiet day, Paris watched his flock when the air thickened with light. Hermes, the swift messenger god, appeared before him, winged sandals and all, smiling with the dangerous ease of someone delivering trouble. Beside him stood 3 radiant figures. In an instant, the shepherd understood. These were not mortals. The gods had found him. Hermes explained the task with almost casual cheer. Paris must decide which goddess was the fairest. The golden apple would be his to award. Paris's heart hammered. To offend even one goddess could mean a curse on his life. To offend 2? A lifetime of divine hatred. Yet the gods demanded an answer. There would be no escape. Paris tried to be polite, to bow, to show respect. But the goddesses did not come to be admired. They came to win. And to win, they would tempt him. Each in turn stepped forward, not just to display her beauty, but to whisper promises that could reshape his life, his city, and the world. Hera, queen of the gods, came first. Her voice was calm, heavy with the weight of crowns. "Paris," she said, "choose me, and I will make you lord of vast lands. Kings will bow before you. Quote, 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 your name will be spoken with fear, from one end of the world to the other. Power, thrones, dominion." That was her gift. Then Athena stepped forward, eyes bright and sharp as a drawn blade. "Choose me," she promised, "and you will be wiser than any man alive. A master of strategy, victorious in every battle. Your name will be remembered as the greatest of heroes." She offered not just war, but glory, earned through brilliance. Last came Aphrodite. She did not thunder about power or strategy. She smiled, soft and dangerous. "Paris," she murmured, "choose me, and I will give you the most beautiful woman in the world as your wife. A love so radiant it will burn in song for ages." She said no name, but the promise of perfect beauty and irresistible love wrapped itself around his heart. In that moment, Paris stood at the crossroads of history. Power, wisdom, or love. A throne that could rule the world. A mind that could outthink any enemy. Or a single, perfect woman. He was young. He was romantic. And deep inside, he believed that love was worth any price, even if he did not yet know how high that price would be. At last, Paris raised his head. He walked past power. He walked past glory. He stood before Aphrodite and placed the golden apple in her hand. "To you," he said, "you are the fairest." In that single heartbeat, he won the promise of the greatest beauty on earth and earned the undying hatred of Hera and Athena. Aphrodite kept her word. She led Paris to discover his royal blood, to return to Troy as a lost prince, and then across the sea to Sparta. There he met Helen, the woman whose beauty matched the promise in his visions. She was already a queen, already wed, but Paris's choice had bent fate itself. Soon, Helen would sail away with him and the world would bleed for it. From that stolen love came 1,000 ships, a decade of war, heroes slain, and Troy's high walls brought crashing down. People would curse Paris for his choice, call him coward, seducer, traitor. But on that quiet day on Mount Ida, he was just a young man, asked to judge the gods. And like so many of us, when forced to choose between power, wisdom, and love, he chose love. The judgment of Paris is more than a pretty myth about 3 jealous goddesses. It is a story about how our desires shape our destiny, and how a single choice can echo through centuries. Remember Paris, the shepherd prince, whenever you face your own impossible decisions. Somewhere between power, wisdom, and love, your future is waiting for your judgment.